William Tapscott with Taylorsvillecrimewatch, and today I'm here with Kelly Benjamin, the circuit court judge. The judge is here to discuss the drug courts.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to talk more about an adult drug court that we're hoping to implement. Right now in Bartholomew County, we have 2 drug courts that already are established. The first one was by Judge Jim Wharton, who established the Veterans Court, which is going very well. We also have established a family recovery court through juvenile court, and that's with Heather Magistrate, who's the judge for that court. She started that earlier this year, and that's going pretty well to start with also. And what we'd like to do in addition to those 2 is to start what we call an adult drug court. And that's because it's separate with Veterans Court and with Department of Social Services through the Family Recovery Court. There are contracts that they have that they can offer assistance to persons who are in those courts to obtain treatment for substance abuse. And we don't have that always as an option within what you would call normal criminal adult drug court. People who come through our court have to have insurance to receive a lot of these types of substance abuse treatment, or we have to have places that offer that at a lower income or maybe on a sliding scale, or for people with at no fee. So we have to establish how are we going to get them into treatment on a regular basis, because when you do a drug court, you have people at the first phase coming in every single week. That's different than people on probation normally, who if I place them on probation, I don't see them again unless they do something wrong and they bring them back. So this has 3 folds to it, which people say are the reasons why the drug courts work. And the first is you have to have evidence-based treatment for them within the medical community, something that we know works. Usually cognitive behavioral therapy is associated with crimes also, so we're going at how do they think, why are they doing what they're doing criminally, and also getting them the treatment for substance abuse. And then you need to have that wraparound service so that people are aware that someone's watching them. It's a hard disease to overcome, and we recognize that, so consistently having them come in week after week, knowing that we're watching them, is the third component of that, is the accountability. So people are going to get the treatment they need at the time they need it, and there's going to be accountability with it. And over 20 years these have been going on, and they have good results. 2 aspects. 1, less crime, because the people are not coming back and doing crimes again, and number 2, it's helping them with treatment, so they're getting better. They have a better chance at recovery and staying recovered, and that's the hard part sometimes for substance abuse. So we're acknowledging that, we know that, and we're trying to move forward to address it. Also, so who's going to be associated with this? And it's going to be the high-risk, high-need people. There are some reasons for that you may not know. Back in 2014, there was a law that was passed that basically had level 6 people can no longer go to the Department of Corrections to prison. Prison had a lot of the treatment that was very good for people and would address the substance abuse, and basically that legislation kind of has put it back in communities' hands, local communities, to address the substance abuse issue. So when we can no longer have the option of sending people to the Department of Corrections to get that treatment, we are forced, quite frankly, to make sure that we have some community resources that can address those issues. So we have an increased amount of people, and with the epidemic that came within that same period of time, as an example, from 2014 to 2016, we went from 298 level 6 felonies up to 622 in 2016. Right now we're at about 544. So that's just those type of cases that relate specifically to substance abuse. So we have an increased amount of people, and we don't have the option of sending them to prison. So when I look at that, some people will do well on probation. Those are lower risk people with a lower need. They do not need to come in every week. They're going to do okay on their own, the majority of people. We have high risk, high need people. You look at them and you think they're not going to make it. Those are the people we want in this type of program because of how stringent it is, and how we will look at a wraparound service and a continual message to them: if you're coming back, we want you to succeed, we're giving you the options and we're giving you the resources to do that. So we will need to work on insurance. We have Recovery Works as a insurance short-term, 6-month. If you're charged with a felony and you meet other criteria in regard to finances, you will qualify for that for a short period of time, and then during that time we look at other types of insurance, maybe HIP or some other insurance that you can get through the marketplace to try and get you hooked up and make sure that that recovery and the substance abuse treatment can proceed and keep going. That is important. So one thing I give great credit to is the ASAP, the Alliance for Substance Abuse Progress, that's taken place within Bartholomew County because it really has integrated and collaborated with many different agencies, including the medical community and the court system. Not that we didn't before, but this has made more of an effort to really concentrate on it, get to the issues, what we know about each other, what we didn't, and work together to be able to provide a better service for people who are suffering from substance abuse, and that's what we're working on. In addition, we have the collaboration and the agreement from, or adoption, I guess I should say, from Bill Nash from the prosecutor's office, Brad Barnes from court services, Mike DeArmond, one of the defense attorneys, are on a core team who have committed to trying to start this drug court if we are able, given funding and resources. Funding needed, we would need, our court system is, we're busy. So we would need a magistrate to do some part-time work so that I could handle the drug court, and they would take some of my cases. Because if someone's coming in every week for half a day, that's a bunch of time of court time I don't have to give up right now. We're just at that level, we don't have it. So we'd need a part-time magistrate, part-time prosecutor, part-time public defender, and some probation officers. Brad Barnes from Court Services did file an application for a grant, a $500,000 grant over a 5-year period of time, which would pay for the probation officer that we need. And also there's the ASAP funding. We'd have to go through that board to see if the city and the county, through their collaboration and the ASAP funding ordinance, would pick up some of those costs to fill some of these positions. During that period of time, we of course will still look for grants that would help fund this. So we are hoping to do this for the main reason, helping people, longer recovery, getting through that substance abuse, because if they are getting help and they are integrating back into the community, there's less chance that they will commit another crime, which then means that the community is safer. So twofold, you help people, you help the community, and that's why we're hoping to do that. When we hear more about the funding and get closer, hopefully we can maybe do a follow-up, and I'll give you more information on that. All right.
Judge, how can the public contact your office?
Circuit Court and all the other courts, we have a website through Bartholomew County government. So if you look up courts, Bartholomew County Courts on Google, it'll give you the address for us as well as our phone number.
Thank you very much for
Thank
the
you.
interview and your time.
You bet.